Hello and welcome to another fantasy football tournament series number 33. This is the Southern African Nations Cup as part of my African series where all five champions from each region of Africa will go on to play in an African Unity Cup. You saw my video, the West African Cup and the Central African Cup. This is the Southern African Cup, and here we have 8 countries, 8 teams participating. So let's jump right in. My host nation is South Africa because you can't get more Southern African than that. So Group A is South Africa, Mozambique, Namibia, and Zimbabwe. And in Group B, I have Zambia, Angola, Madagascar, and Botswana. So let's jump right in. Group A, South Africa, Mozambique, Namibia, and Zimbabwe. I think Namibia is the weak link here. You saw them in my Dutchophone and my Germanphone Cup. So this is the third tournament they are participating in. I think that, South Africa, they're also not doing very well in recent years. I could see Mozambique, maybe Zimbabwe, pulling off a surprise and finishing top of this group. Not even a surprise, to be honest. Mozambique, Zimbabwe are neighboring countries. They're very familiar with each other in this sport. It tends to go back and forth over who's better. I used to think it was Mozambique, but now I think it's Zimbabwe. They put on a somewhat decent performance in the last African Cup of Nations in 2017, where they got a famous result against Algeria, a 2-2 draw. And they also held their own against Senegal. So I'll give the benefit to the host nation. I think South Africa will top this group, but I think it'll be with 7 points. And then second will probably be Zimbabwe. So I'm going to pick Mozambique and Namibia to go out. Group B, Zambia, Angola, Madagascar, and Botswana. I've said previously that Angola has spectacularly collapsed ever since last reaching the World Cup in 2006. They're sort of like the Togo of Southern Africa. You don't really hear from them anymore, even though they were one of the best teams in Africa not too long ago. Conversely, we've seen the rise of Zambia, 2012 African Cup of Nations champions. They put on a really good performance in qualifying for 2018, only finishing behind Nigeria in their group, getting results against Cameroon and Algeria. Really very much so unexpected second place finishers in their group, with 3 former World Cup participants. So I think the Chipolo Polo are riding high. I think they're a good candidate from Africa to qualify for the next World Cup. Um, Madagascar, they were in a previous video, my Island Nations Cup. They're an improved team in Africa as well. They used to be a minnow, but now they're no longer. They've also been getting good results against some of the best sides in Africa. And then Botswana, who's somewhere in the middle. I mean, they can always threaten, but they just never really seem to break through. It's been a while since they qualified for an African Cup of Nations tournament. I think 2013, I'm not sure. But Zambia is very, very much the clear favorite here. So I think Zambia would top this group. And in second, I'm going to go with Madagascar. So let's go to the semifinals. South Africa versus Madagascar, and Zambia versus Zimbabwe. South Africa, Madagascar, well done to Madagascar getting to the semis here, but South Africa, the host nation as well, on top of just being a vastly superior side, the host nation will get to the final. Zambia versus Zimbabwe. A lot of quality here, but Zambia, the Copper Bullets, should have a little bit too much. So the match for third place is Madagascar versus Zimbabwe. And here I'm going to say Zimbabwe will win third place. Madagascar will finish fourth. Zimbabwe in third, bronze medal. The final, the two best teams, in my opinion, in the southern African region are South Africa and Zambia. Who wins the final? I'm gonna go with heartbreak here for the host nation. I'm going with Zambia to win it. I was just more impressed with Zambia during qualifying. I thought South Africa were really weak. They were in a tough group, but they should not have lost both games against the Cape Verde Islands, even at home. They shouldn't. Cape Verde Islands is a better team, but they should have gotten a result at home against them. At least a draw. Zambia, like I said, three former World Cup participants from 2010 to 2014 in their group, and they finished behind only Nigeria. When they pushed Nigeria to the end, that's really, really cool. That's impressive. I think Zambia is probably the best team in the Southern African region. It is the Chip Polo Polo, the Copper Bullets of Zambia, who I think would win this tournament. South Africa in second. Zambia are the champions of Southern Africa, and they qualify as the third participant along with Nigeria and DR Congo to the African Unity Cup. Zambia in first, South Africa second, Zimbabwe third, Madagascar fourth. Leave a comment below, like, subscribe. I'll see you later today, hopefully. Uh, have a good one. Much love and peace.